Hello, welcome to Patrice's Projects. Today's video is not about compost. It's not about turning compost, making compost, or anything like that. It is going to be a video that I did way back in September 2018. So, I had gone to the National Seed Expo or something like that over in Santa Rosa, and I had done 2 videos already, day 1 and day 2 of that. Well, on day 2, just before I left, there was an interview that I did with Mike Dixon, the Fit Farmer, and his daughter Selah. And when I was editing it, I was using a new camera, brand new. I had just gotten the camera right before I went to the expo. It was good and bad at the same time because I had to learn some things. I also started using a new software and with a new to me computer. So it all just was too many factors to learn at the same time. I got frustrated and I wanted to get the interview right, so I shelved it. What else do you do when you get frustrated? You put something away. So I started working on it again recently, and this purple shirt reminded me that I need to finish it and get it posted. So that's what we're doing today. While I'm turning compost, you can watch an interview with Mike Dixon and his daughter Selah, and it was a really good interview. I think there's some useful information to you, and there'll also be some links to some products that we talk about during the interview. So I hope you enjoy the video while I finish doing this. Oh, you're supposed to be going over to watch it now. I think yesterday's video showed me talking with Mike here a little bit, but I didn't really introduce them. This is Mike and Selah.
Hello.
Well, I guess I did do a quick introduction, but I didn't talk to anyone about who you are and what you're about, and your YouTube, your Instagram, and all that stuff. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Mike Dixon, also known as the Fit Farmer, and this is Selah Dixon here. And our channel is Farm Fit. We do a number of things on our channel. We share our life on the farm. We basically were living in the city, and we wanted to pursue a diet that was healthier for us, and we wanted to make sure we grew our own food. So we eventually were growing more food, and then we got to the point where we wanted to expand, do more. Actually have chickens, and end up having ducks at some point. And so we sold everything we had in the city, and we moved out into the country and decided to live in this thing called a yurt. Isn't that right? So
I was surprised when I didn't know that when I first started watching you. I think you had a different name before.
Yes, we were Big Pond Farm before. We recently changed our name to Farm Fit just because we didn't want Big Pond Farm to limit us. We really wanted to provide people with information about farming, but also fitness and just our adventures on the farm. And we also thought, hey, if one day we expand and move off the farm, we didn't want to be just stuck with Big Pond Farm.
Because you couldn't bring the pond with you.
No, couldn't bring the pond with us. No, you're right. That would be quite the feat if we brought a pond with us. Yeah.
How would you do that?
So, how do you make a living?
Make a living a number of ways. One is we make money on our farm. When I originally got into homesteading, it wasn't to make money as a business from the farm itself. I actually didn't think you could make money farming, so I was trying a number of things. I've always been
farming.
Always been entrepreneurial minded, so I was always had my hands in a number of things. We tried a vending machine business. I've been in the fitness industry for a number of years. I've been doing personal training. So I actually learned some time ago, a couple years ago, I was listening to a podcast called Permaculture Voices, and then I heard this guy named Curtis Stone, and he just started talking about making money with farming, and I really began to believe, wow, you can make money farming, especially farming small scale. So kind of from that point on, he had me hooked, and I really just listened to every podcast he was on of the Ego Footers. And I became a student of his online course. I've been to his conferences. He's been a great mentor to me, and a lot of the things that we do on our farm is, especially from the market garden standpoint, is all thanks to Curtis, because the learning curve he really saved me a lot of time and just wasted energy,
Yeah.
and actually making money on our farm. I also am still involved in the fitness industry. I am also, I work for myself as an independent health coach and fitness coach. We do some distance training with clients, and I just have a couple clients that I work with individually in their home. But I work with people around the country as well.
And what do you do on the farm?
What else do you do?
That's pretty simple. What kind of work do you do?
Yeah. She's involved in a lot of chores. We really believe in having chores. It really gives children a sense of responsibility, and also gives them a sense of ownership to the tasks that they have on the farm. So Selah is really involved a lot with the chickens. One of the things that I noticed early on is just watching your children to see what their interests are. If you kind of just let them kind of be free a little bit, they'll kind of just gravitate to the things that they like, just like people, just like adults. I mean, they are people.
Just grew up into a real person. And that is important so that they stay interested.
Yes, exactly.
In what they're doing. I mean, I was, like I told you earlier, happy to pull weeds.
Yes.
Because that's what I was allowed to do in our family garden. And eventually my mom let me, plant seeds and things like that, but the rest of the garden was hers.
Yes.
So.
And I've heard a number of stories like that from people who parents farmed or grandparents farmed or great-great-grandparents have farmed. It was like they didn't let the children get involved in a lot of those tasks. And I think that has a part to do with why a lot of these skills have been lost over the generations, because the children were not involved. It was not something that was passed down as a legacy. And that's very important, and it's very important to us on the farm, and it's very important to me to make sure that I pass down the things that we're learning to do to our children. Whether they continue to pursue it or not, they at least have that knowledge available to be able to carry those skills on, and that they're not lost.
These days, what I noticed is many children have no chores.
Yes.
And they're so disconnected.
Yes.
And I see families like yours, where everyone's working together, and Justin Rhodes, their family all works together, and it really does form a cohesion. My children, the way I had raised them, everyone was a team member. Everyone had responsibility.
Yes.
So
that's very important.
it is.
And we had this stigma for a long time in our country that children shouldn't do any work, and that's completely wrong. Of course, you don't want to go into the other ditch of just making it child slavery, whatever, but it is very important for kids to learn how to have a right work ethic from the beginning.
Yeah.
So that way it sets them up for a great foundation to build off on when they get
They know
older.
how to work.
Yes, exactly
and
right.
they know what responsibility means, and I think that that's so important, and it really builds great people.
Yes.
And I mean, you're how old? 8. And for an 8-year-old to have the kind of responsibilities you have, feeding chickens, that's important, and it has to be done at certain times of day, and they have to be taken. You take them out and put them up. No.
Sometimes with ducks you do, especially. Remember we work together on bringing the ducks in from the pond? Yeah.
And those types of things, there are certain times you have to do them. And it's really important. Children that are just left to their own devices aren't going to know how to do that.
Exactly right.
A lot of people own land and they do nothing with it.
Yes.
And I can't even understand that. If I had more than a city lot, which I have, and I garden in, and I can produce enough food in just a few beds to have to shed.
Exactly.
And there's people with these, acreage, and they don't even have a goat.
Yes.
And they mow it.
Yes, that's so drives me crazy. I see these big, I don't even know what you call them. They're just, like you said, acreage.
There's so many people that are in need. It just blows my mind that there's all this wasted.
You're exactly right. Exactly right.
So it's, it's inspiring to see families like you, and I really do appreciate watching you. And there's one thing that you have been talking about today. You've been on how many talks have you given and on what subjects? There was the microgreens.
Today we talked about microgreens, we talked about gardening with kids in 2 separate panels. Yesterday we did a talk with about social media, being seed savers on a social media standpoint. We talked about another one, and it's drawn a blank. We've been on at least 4 talks, I think.
Yeah, and the microgreens one, though, actually that was brought up in 2.
Okay.
Today and yesterday. That is an interesting subject, and I had never really thought about getting into it. So just, between yesterday and today, I think I'm going to need to buy some of those trays.
There you go.
You have a partnership.
Yes, I do.
I wanted to bring that up. That's where this was going.
Yes, I do. We're not officially business partners, but when I started growing microgreens and when I started growing a lot of plants in general, just to have as transplants, because that's very important on the farm, I learned that early. If you're really looking to grow volumes of crops, you really need to have efficiency on your farm so that way you're not killing yourself to do it. And I started off with a lot of the cheap trays that you buy at Walmart.
And you have a fantastic video that I'll link up here.
There we go, yes. We've done 2 videos on growing microgreens. One on what microgreens are and how to use them, and 2, actually how to grow them. So what they are and how to use them, and then 1 on, we've done 3, and then we've done another one on the Bootstrap Farmer, which they have the best trays that I have ever seen. They're sturdy. The ones that you're going to buy, the Jiffy and some of these cheaper ones, they're going to break on it. They're not going to last you a full season, and they're very difficult to use. Is it okay if I grab one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted you to bring this up because, see, I am cheap, okay? And I would have never really thought about purchasing one of the trays for that much.
Yes.
But the more I think about it and the replacements that I'm having to do regularly, I cleaned one of these at the beginning of the season and it broke apart.
Exactly right. You're
you can't really scrub them, but with these, they're durable.
So this one right here is one of I call it the cheapos. They just twist and bend, and over time they'll start breaking. This one's actually brand new. And I've had times where it had cracked on me and I had lost a crop. And with microgreens, you can sell them from $3 to $3 to $5 per ounce. So you really don't want to lose them if you can help it. But you can see, I cannot hold it, and I'm not even going to try to hold it with one hand because it'll crack and break. But these are the Bootstrap Farmer trays here, and they're very sturdy. You don't see any flex in it, and like I said, I can't even really try to make it flex. And they're so much sturdier and easier to use, and they're just made very, very well. So I highly recommend those.
And I'll link Bootstrap Farmer up here too.
And the price is roughly the same. You can go to the store and buy the cheap ones for $4 or $5, or you can just go ahead and buy online the Bootstrap Farmer and pay $5 to $6 per tray, and save yourself from having to replace them. They also have a 2-year warranty. It sounds like an infomercial.
And I meant to bring it up that way. What is the thing that you like about Bootstrap Farmer trays?
When all opens up the colors.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's exciting to me. I mean, I'm not really that girly of a girl, but I really do like the colors.
It is neat.
And what is your favorite color? What colors do they have?
Oh, they
Like pink, purple, green, blue, orange.
yeah.
And I recall orange was Ruby's favorite. But it does stand out. I don't know why you'd need one that does. But I mean, that just, you could just kind of glance at your different microgreens, and if you keep your radishes in a certain color, your broccoli in another color, then that's what it is right there.
Sure can.
I mean, you could do that.
You sure could. And you could also bring them out and make a neat little arrangement on the table if you're having guests over and you're making just like a serve, or come and serve. You can just cut some microgreens and make like a taco buffet line or something like that. Just have a great old time.
Here's some tacos for you, microgreens for everyone.
And if you'd like this microgreen, it's over the pink.
There you go. That's right. That's right.
And that's unique. I haven't seen trays in other colors for anyone else, so that's different, And so, if they're sturdy, they don't cost any more for the colors. Is there a bulk discount?
That I don't know for sure, so you have to check out the website.
Okay.
like I said, I just really believe in their product. I have no financial investment in them at all, and I just really like what they offer. And I'm sharing this with you because I think you all can benefit from them as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I know I will be.
There we go.
And I wouldn't have known about it had you not brought it up on your channel. So, is there anything else you wanted to mention about your channel?
Selah? No. All right, well, you can check us out at Farm Fit on YouTube. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram at The Fit Farmer. We're also on Twitter. You can check us out there. But
well, thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
really do appreciate it, and I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys occasionally.
Yes, it's been fun. So if you
And
can,
hoping to
come
see you
out
grow
to
your
the
garden.
National Heirloom Expo. It is a blast. This is our first year here, and I absolutely love it here, and I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah, it's my first year too.
So it's very fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that was what you wanted.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, I think I brought up everything I wanted to. So.
Okay. All right.
And that was like a one-take thing, so that's really cool.
Fantastic. I like when that happens. Doesn't happen all the time.
Been so warm lately. I have put quite a bit of water on it. It just evaporates it when it gets warm, when the heat starts steaming out all the moisture from the pile. I should turn it more frequently, but normally I have my son do it. Today it was so dry that it wasn't as hard to turn, but that's going to wipe me out pretty much for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said before, Mike is a really nice guy. Go check him out here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff that he's on, and follow him. He's just about to 100,000 subscribers right now, so that's really exciting. He hit 90. But that's so close. I mean, compared to last year, he was up like at 30,000 or something like that. So he's done amazing work, and he deserves it. So go check him out. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. If you're not yet a subscriber of mine, I'd appreciate you doing that. And then click the bell button for notifications so you get notified of upcoming videos. I'm not always going to be turning my compost while you're watching something else. So anyway, again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, want to say hi to me, Mike or Selah, go ahead and pop that in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Again, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. That should do it.